Hi guys, it's been a while, I know. I'm going to make this a short video, and this time I really mean short. Um, you guys may have seen the video that I posted of the two bombs, the one I had hand packed, and the one that was molded in the little mini meatballer. What I wanted to show you, what I did, and I'll explain this afterwards because this is actually a no-no to sell, but these are requested by a family friend, so that's why I did them. You've seen me make these before. I've made the minion bombs with toys in them, and no, I didn't put embeds. Usually I will add embeds to these, and I add them to the yellow part so that when it does its thing, the colors shoot out, but I really love the green color that you get from these, so I didn't add embeds, I just added toys. And what I normally used to add, I thought they were adorable, was these the tiny minions, and then I put them in the capsule, the same capsules as the ring bombs and the charm bombs and whatever. But what I did this time was, I'll show you if I can get them out. Come on, big boys. I added the bigger minions this time. They're so cute. And they're not in a capsule. I just added these little guys, and they're kind of like, they have a hole in the bottom. So they're kind of like a rubbery plastic, but they float. So they'll float up to the top. Plus, they're a little bit better for the little kids, because the little kids, I mean, you don't want them to have something so tiny. I mean, sure, parents' discretion and all that. But me comfortable feeling, I felt better with something bigger. These are still a choking hazard. You still need to have your warning on your bomb. But I just wanted to show you that I did them. I was afraid I couldn't put these in there because the bombs would crack. And one actually started to try to kind of burst at the seam. Hi, Fury. One tried to burst at the seam. So I ended up packing it by hand. I think this was it. So yeah, so you can see that there's a crack right here. I actually ended up leaving this in the bottom half of the mold, and it dried this way for part of the time. Then I took the bottom mold off, turned it over, and let it dry this way. And I just sit it in my little, I have like a plastic, if you can see this. It's like a muffin, the muffin trays, because I didn't have my big metal one. It was being used for other bombs. So the trick is, like I said, you guys get a lot of bombs, or a lot of people, and it sometimes has to do with how wet your mix is. It doesn't always have to do with how wet your mix is, because I don't make mine that wet. But if you dry it on something flat, if you can see that, you get a flat bottom. Like, maybe there's a better one. Yeah, you get a flat bottom, right? It's just gravity. It'll just slowly go. So these aren't going to roll away or anything. And the spin might be a little wonky. But to avoid that flatness, stick it in the tray, because here's one of the normal ones. Like, these little guys don't have toys in them. I only did 5 big ones. Like, I did 5 big ones with toys. I don't know if I'm going to paint them or not. I might just leave them. But I did 5 big ones with toys, and then I just did normal little fruity bombs, right? Because, I mean, these are fun. They'll still spin. There's no embeds in them. You guys have seen the video. They'll spin. So anyways, if you want to avoid that flat bottom, just stick it in a muffin tray, like I said. You may notice if you have a paper towel in there that your bomb will become a bit powdery. I have this strange paper towel stuff. I don't know if you can see it. See, he's flat too. Can you see that? It's on the idea of like a paper towel. It comes on a roll and everything. But it's more like a J-cloth. You can use it like wet, dry, whatever. And I mean, you can rip the crap out of it and it won't rip. Like, just pull hard as hell. It won't crack or won't rip. So if you've used it a couple times, you'll find that it'll start absorbing moisture. But it's not as bad as putting it on a paper towel. So I usually put something foamy like this stuff, or bubble paper with like breathable cotton. Saran wrap kind of works. I like parchment. I like paper that's not going to absorb any kind of moisture to make your bomb dry out. But anyways, what I was saying, so I told you guys you already know how to pack. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, and I know you guys have probably all got it already by now. You're all doing great. I've seen bomb pictures. They're spectacular. But When you get down to the end of the mix, it's the weirdest thing. Okay, these are both the same bomb, same mix. If you can see the shape of this one, it was so lightly packed that I actually ended up having to go like this and hand mold it. And what happened when I hand molded, if you're not careful, you can end up squishing it too tight, and then it's going to be a sinker. And that's what happened with the little ones in the video I was telling you about. This is the same mold, and you can see the size difference. I don't know if you can see the size difference. Can you see the size difference? Anyways, this one's shorter, not quite as stockier. It's a lot lighter. When you get down to like the end mix, it's lighter. So you may have to give it, like I said, you may have to give it a little bit of a squish. But honestly, I love this look. To me, that's like handmade all day. That just says totally awesomely handmade. I like it. I mean, I know we all strive for the perfect bomb, and I mean, that's not bad, but we got a flat bottom. But you can put it on your canner and it's not going to roll away. But I just wanted to show you. So what happens is, if you get a bomb, a lot of times you'll pack and you think it's nice and loose. You go like this and you put it on your tray and it goes, bleh. That's because it wasn't tight enough. So if you, here's a little trick. If you've packed your bomb in your mold and you've taken your mold off and you got it in your hand, and like I said, you should be able to do this after it's molded without it just popping apart. But if you can do this and you can push your thumb and it dents, the mix is too light. You'll have a floater. It's just very, very delicate. You could actually add more mix to this bomb. You should by rights be able to push your two halves together, a little tiny bit of resistance, but none of this hammering stuff. You should be able to push, 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 see the excess falling off around the rim, wipe it off. That's pretty much all you need. If they go together really easy, and you can take the top off really easy, and you're looking at your bomb and it's like a little bit smaller than the mold, and you can push a dent, it's not enough mix, and that's the chances are where your bomb's going to go fall apart. But you can easily just kind of do this, give it a little bit of a, an extra tiny bit of a compression, and it'll be fine. A lot of people don't like this look. They would prefer to have this look. This is one totally molded in a mold, not hand touched afterwards. This is the exact same size mold, but it was hand squished afterwards. I have about, two of them? Yeah, out of the mix I did two of them because it was near the end. And that's what I said. You start trying to do the pattern, and obviously you're out of mix. You have 3 bowls of a little bit of yellow, a little bit of green, a little bit of blue. And that's how I get the green, by the way. When I push the two halves together, because a lot of times I was pushing it over the yellow mix, and then what happened to the blue mix was the blue mix started going green. I don't know if you can see the speckles in there, but it started going green. So I got the idea to get a third bowl that was empty. And when I was pushing my two halves together, I squished them over that middle bowl. So I ended up with a bowl of this color mix, right? So you got a little bit of the yellow and a little bit of the blue. Can you see that? A little bit of the yellow, a little of the blue mixed. So that's how I ended up getting this color. And like I said, I did a few, it was the blue, the yellow, and then I had the mixed kind of a greeny look bowl. So at the end I just mixed it all together, and you end up getting a bomb like this, which is still cool, and you still get the really cool water, the cool water look. But anyways, yes, these are a no-no. You cannot sell anything that's has intellectual property trademarked or patent or anything like that. There's been a lot of things on Etsy where people are actually getting their listings pulled because they've got Minions, or they've got Minecraft, or Pokeballs, or whatever it is. You can do a bomb that's multicolored and have a toy in it. It just can't look like a Pokeball, or it can't look like a Minion. Like, if I had this in the store, and I had a Minion toy in it, don't say it's got a Minion toy, say it's a surprise bomb. A toy surprise bomb. Don't advertise your stuff as Minion-like or Pokeball-like or anything like that, because they'll be looking and you'll get your listings pulled. So try to avoid any copyright infringements, guys. Nobody needs that mark against them. I think they give you a couple warnings, and that's it. I actually got a warning, believe it or not, On one of my videos, I had that clip of The Walking Dead. And my atomic bomb saw them, actually. And they were really good. I'm allowed to use them. I've got permission to use them. I've discussed with them, whatever. No points against me, nothing like that. It's just I personally can't monetize the video. They have to monetize the video. So anybody who watches any of those videos with The Walking Dead or the song or whatever, if I get to whatever million, which is never going to happen, but if it was that many, they get the money, like it's monetized to them, not to me. All my other videos, it would be monetized to me, but anything with copyright issues, if they're not against it, they get the money for it, which is totally fine. I mean, that's obviously fair. It's their stuff, right? But I didn't get any points against me, so it's a good thing. But with selling products and you're using that name to boost sales, that's a no-no, because you know darn well people are going to be buying it because they want the minions, right? That's what people are looking for. So try to avoid that, guys. Like, let's not do anything that's going to get anybody in trouble. People have copyrights for reasons. It's to protect their investment. So, I mean, I'm sure you can make minions for your friends or family. You can't sell them, okay? Not like this anyways. This is a no-no. Don't make Minecraft bombs, sticks, bubble bars, anything with someone else's image on it, because you are basically taking from their pocket and you're breaking the law. That's the big one. I mean, the money part is just the second hand. You're breaking the law. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants to get tagged for intellectual property theft. It's not cool. It doesn't say much about you as a seller, as a business person, as a person in general. I mean, personally, it sucks because you know they're going to sell well. I mean, that's a drag, but no one's saying you can't sell something with a minion toy in it. You've paid for the toy. Just, you know, in something that doesn't look like a minion, or however, or whatever the bomb may be. Do it right. Do your research, guys. You know, like, let's not screw it up for everybody else. Everybody just wants to make a living. Well, that could be the big thing. A lot of people just have a passion for it. That's my main thing. I only have a few days a week where I actually feel good and do things. So when I feel good and have my good days, this is what I have a passion for. Obviously, I do the other stuff like your dishes or whatever I can actually manage. And if I haven't burnt myself out by then I will make product. But I mean, there's people who have businesses 24/7. There's people who are hobbyists. There's people who just do, you know, for their family, friends, whatever the case may be. Just do it right. Do it respectfully. You know, I mean, don't do things that other people don't want done to them. That's all I can say. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry guys, I actually forgot my train of thought. My son came in, we had to talk, and it's probably been like 5-10 minutes, and I'm gone. Anyways, doesn't matter. So yeah, what I was saying is, if you're gonna do it, that's fine. Just don't do the actual identical product. Don't call it a minion bomb. Toy surprise bombs, something different like this. I'm sure even if you did this, you would probably... it'd be iffy if you get away with it. I mean... unless you called it something completely different. I mean, there shouldn't be anything wrong with having a two-tone bomb like this, but I'm sure they would think, oh, it's a minion, if it was this way. Film it this way. But yeah, it's something you'll have to, like, seriously research and whatnot, but... and as far as back to the video goes, this was the same recipe that I did, and like I said, the one that was compressed tighter sunk. It spun like a bugger, but it sunk. If you want it to just... it will spin and foam without the embeds. If you add salt, it'll definitely spin. I have the video in case you guys haven't checked it out. It's the, I think it's 3 bombs, same recipe. There was one without SLSA. There was one with salts. And then there was one with embeds, I believe. And they all reacted differently. So yeah, one with bubble stuff, one with an embed, one was plain, and one was salt. One was SLSA, and one was regular. All the same, just the way you did it, okay? So anyways, guys, on that note, remember what I said about intellectual property. If anybody has any more questions about any kind of Any bomb question, that's fine. Message me, or you can even private message me. It doesn't have to be on YouTube. And we will talk to you guys on the next video. Alright? Talk to you later. Bye, guys.